How to handle sobriety like a boss. Hey everybody, my name's Josh, living life alcohol free. Today I want to talk to you about how you can slay your alcohol free life, live life to the fullest, and be a boss in your sobriety. Number one, each day you have to be persistent. When urges to drink start happening, you got to nip them in the bud. Talk to somebody, get on a sober app, join a community group in your city, talk to your spouse, talk to a friend, whatever it takes. When the urge to drink comes on, be persistent about talking about it. We can't do this alone. We can't do this on sheer willpower. It's not possible. We have to talk it out. And when those urges come on, we can surf the urge, we can fight through it, but we have to have somebody that we can talk to about those feelings when they come on. Two, confront the urges to drink. You need to be able to confront why it is you want to escape. That's the reason why we get hooked. And that's the reason why we stay in the cycle of addiction, is because we expect it. We are looking for that escape. We need to get out of the reality that we're living in. And if you can figure out the reasons why you want to escape, it's going to help you get through that urge. And the urge might only last 20 minutes, a half an hour. But once you get through that and find other things to do, have people you can talk to, circle back, talk about it again, you can get to the other side of that urge and you're stronger for the next urge that comes on. Three, form better boundaries. Do you have doormat tendencies? I know I did. I treated myself like a doormat for many, many years. Most of my drinking life, I would just beat myself up, guilt and shame myself to a point where I just expected other people to treat me poorly. I got to a point where I didn't want to care what other people thought about me. It took a while to get to that because in my first year, my goal was to just not drink. And from year one to year two, my goal was to grow in my sobriety. And after that, then I was able to form better boundaries. But it took that time. It took those other issues to resolve themselves. And for me to then be able to form better boundaries with people. And as a result, I'm better equipped to handle my feelings about myself, grow in my self-esteem, and then not worry so much about what others' opinions is of me. Four, grit and determination. What do you want your life to look like? Decide that each day and then go after it. It happens day by day, step by step. First we stay sober, then we can make a plan, then we can have confidence. But first it takes grit and staying sober. Once we can do that, then we can start making plans for other things. Number five, resolutions. They can either be New Year's resolutions or they can be resolutions when you're ready. But you'll know when you're ready to move on to the next step. I didn't realize until I was about 3 years into my sobriety that I had actually made resolutions in those first couple years. Like I said previously, I spent my whole first year just focusing on not drinking. And my second year growing in my sobriety and looking into things that I had neglected for the 27 years that I drank, fixing those things so that in my third year, I could really focus on other resolutions. I was never a person that made New Year's resolutions, but by 2023 and into my third year of sobriety, I was able to make a resolution to care less about what people thought of me. I used to get so worked up and so bent out of shape, and I'd make up all these scenarios in my mind about what other people were thinking that may not even be true, and get to a point where when they would say something that was remotely personal, I felt attacked to a point where I just was feeling anxious and angry about it and resentful. And I didn't want to feel that way anymore. So I made that resolution. And then I realized that I had been making resolutions leading up to that. So in my fourth year, this year, 2024, day one, I made a resolution to grow in my faith, read the Bible, and I've stayed persistent at that. Going back to number one of how to be a boss in your sobriety with persistence. So here we are in October. I'm almost done reading the Bible because I stuck with it persistently every single day, reading a Bible study plan that was written out for me in the YouVersion Bible app. One day at a time. I might get behind a day, but the next day I'd make up for it. And some days I'd get ahead. So if I knew I was busy the next day, I didn't have to do it. Persistence is key to success and how to be a boss in your sobriety. Number 6, it takes time to feel comfortable in your sobriety. These time frames are different for everybody. This is not a linear journey. It's jagged. It's all over the place. It's different for everybody. But once you start to feel comfortable in your sobriety, you'll be able to start making plans for your future, start living life as an alcohol-free person. Eventually, you just become who you are. You're not a drinker, you're not a non-drinker, you're not a drug abuser or an active drug abuser. You are just you. And you can just grow in your faith, be a boss in your sobriety, and you can take that as far as you want to go with it. Come on over to my Facebook group, Sobriety in the Storm. The group link is posted in the comments section. We're a group of like-minded people just trying to live alcohol-free, drug-free, whatever it is that's your vice. We're there 24/7. It's a private group. Everything that you say there is private, and you just have to answer a few short questions, give me an idea why you're coming on board and who you are, and I'd love to see you there, and we can slay this thing like a boss and be alcohol-free and enjoy our life. Have a great day, everybody.